Coast FM 963, home of the classic hits. Good evening, Coasties. Stephen Wheatley here with you on this Monday evening. That was the Rolling Stones there with their 1965 album Get Out of Our Heads, Satisfaction. And before that, we had Newcastle's very own The Screaming Jets with their song Better, which a song that some people might know, especially if you're a Newcastle Knights supporter, that they play at all the Newcastle Knights home games for whenever the men's and women's team run out. And also, from that same band, a man who we've had on the show before on Youth Disability Radio, Grant Wamsley. Absolute legend and legendary two bands right there. Anyway, coming up, we are going to be hearing another classic hit. This is a song from U2, Better. Coast FM 963, home of the classic hits. That was Bruce Springsteen there with Born to Run, or as some people have been saying to me for the last couple of days, brr, is it spring, Steve? And before that, we had U2 with their song Even Better, and ABBA with their 70s classic hit Waterloo. Also, apologies before, listeners, had a bit of technical issues here in the studio. I wasn't able to see my playlist on my computer in front of me, but I know what you're probably thinking, well, we already know, Steve, you're the blind gentleman from Raw Youth Disability Radio, so we know you can't see. Anyway, coming up, we are going to be hearing from an American band, so stay tuned if you like American indie classic rock. But first, a word from our station sponsor.
Living on the coast. Coast FM 963.
Coast FM 963, home of the classic hits. Stephen Wheatley here with you on this Monday evening, bringing you some of the Central Coast greatest classic hits. That was the Lumineers there with their song Ho Hey, and Kiwi band Split Ends with their classic song Frightened. And I'm not frightened at the moment. I'm having an absolutely great time bringing you some of the best classic hits here on Coast FM 963. I might be a bit frightened on Halloween though on Thursday night with some of those ghouls and goblins running around. Anyway, coming up, we're going to be hearing from another Australian artist with his classic hit Better Than You. Here is John Butler. Coast FM 963, home of the classic hits. That was Fleetwood Mac there with their hit You Can Go Your Own Way, which you may actually know that song very well through some of the Isuzu Ute ads there on television. I know I definitely think of those ads every time I hear that song. Well, that's it for me for the evening. Finn O'Brien is coming up after the 8 o'clock news. I leave you with one more classic hit, and it is Michael Jackson's 1980s classic hit, and I've picked this song as my picks of the evening because of Halloween coming up on Thursday night, where I'm sure there will be some chills and thrills. Here's Michael Jackson with his song Thriller. Until then, Central Coast, it is good night for me for now.